Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM and welcome back to the Dig Out of Debt series here on Gage, Kentucky. I do hope you're all doing very well and having a wonderful day. So, I'm just unloading this big thing here now. Get rid of the herbicide that we had in the tank from getting rid of the weeds in the last episode. And I'm going to make my way back down to the shops because I'm going to do a bit of a money finding exercise, as it were. Not finding money, but just a kind of a cost exercise, because I did touch base on this a couple of times over the last couple of episodes, but this map does have a couple of variants of liquid fertilizer available to us. So we have obviously we've got the standard game liquid fertilizer, of course, we all know about that. We've also got two variants of UAN. We've got UAN 28 and UAN 32. Now UAN is urea ammonium nitrate. Now there are benefits, pros and cons to the utilization of UAN over normal liquid fertilizer. I'm not necessarily going to go into those now, but there are benefits. There are pros and cons essentially. But the third or fourth variant, I suppose, this map contains is anhydrous ammonia. Now anhydrous has been around in mod form and occasionally on standard issue on a few maps since FARMERSIM 22. I think it might have been around on 19 a little bit, but it was certainly a bit more prevalent on 22, and there are a few maps that do support it here on 25 as well, this being one of them. But the cost is incredibly cheaper. So UAN 28 comes in at about $1,200 per 1,000 litres. UAN 32 comes in a little bit more at $1,980 for 1,000 litres. But anhydrous is $100 for 1,000 litres. So for me, on this particular series, where obviously, the title is Dig Out of Debt, at the minute we're on, we've got just under 72 grand in the bank, I get that, but I'm trying to watch every dollar that I spend, essentially, and manage. So with that in mind, like I said, even though there are benefits and pros and cons to using UAN over normal liquid fertilizer or even anhydrous ammonia, I'm not focusing on those in this series at the minute anyway. Maybe not until the the bank balance gets incredibly more healthier than what it is now. So yeah, with that in mind, I'm going to go down to, we've got to make a trip to the other local farm where we have to purchase the liquid fertilizer from, and the UAN 32, and then we're going to go and we're just going to fill up the tank, see how much it costs, and then I'm just going to jump in and out of the game essentially and not save it, so we get an idea of what it's going to cost. I'm going to go for the UAN 32 because that's the more expensive of the variants, and then we're going to take a trip round the corner, fill up with anhydrous, and just get an idea of exactly how cheaper it is to run anhydrous ammonia. So off camera in between episodes, I did do a little bit of testing just to make sure that anhydrous works, as it were, and covers the crops and gives it their recommended dosage of nitrogen, and it does seem to work perfectly fine, as you'd expect. So like I say, with that in mind, I'm just going to take a quick trip down to the different buy points now and just get an idea of what it's going to cost. So a few minutes drive ahead of us. I'll see you there in a moment. Right, forgive the faffing around, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, that was a bit of a pointless exercise, because it would seem that I can't actually seem to be able to purchase any UAN 28 or 32 on the map, which is a bit annoying. When I tagged the place in the map PDA, this is where it took me to, the fill-up point at the neighbouring farm, but unfortunately when you pull up there, all it allows you to do is fill up with anhydrous ammonia. It doesn't give you the option to select the different products to fill your tanks with, so unfortunately that's what it is. But it's dead easy to work out. I just fancied bringing you along for the journey, as it were. But essentially, with us having a capacity across the two tanks that we've got here in front of us and behind us of 3,700 litres, if we were going to be buying UAN 32, the most expensive of the variants, that would come in at $7,326 to fill these tanks up. Using standard liquid fertilizer and UAN 28, which is the same price at $1,200 per 1,000 litres, that would come in at $4,440. Again, like the last episode, that's the same as the herbicide and the model of this tractor, as it were. But for anhydrous ammonia at $100 for 1,000 litres, it's going to come in at $370 to fill both of these tanks up, which is brilliant. So that's just what we're going to do now. So we're going to fill that front tank up there. That's going to come in at $150, and then let's select the tank behind us, fill up there, and fill that extra bit up there. There we go, $220. Brilliant, properly cheap that. So yeah, unfortunately, I know the time doesn't stand too much different to where we were before, but I have been faffing around endlessly for quite a long time here, trying to figure out where I can get that UAN 28 and 32 from. But if you go to the map PDA, the only place it tells you to do when you tag the place is that little fill-up point at the neighbouring farm there. So a little bit annoying. I mean, it's fine. I wasn't going to be using that anyway. It was just, like I say, I was just bringing you along for the journey just to do a bit of a cost-finding exercise, as it were, but never mind. Can't do it. Anyway, enough of that. So, back to the farm. So, jobs we're going to get done in today's episode. What I would like to get done as a result of the last episode when we harvested the soybeans in fields 31 and 30. Here, I'd like to get these two fields ploughed together. We're going to extend that field as well, just round the corner a little bit, just to increase the size of that area of land. And then, in the fullness of time, either we've got this month and next month before the planting window ends for grass. But yeah, we need to get that little area drilled with grass, because that is going to be our little kind of, well, our field for grass, as it were, I suppose, because we've got plenty of grass in bale form over in the shed, so we just need to have at least one field for grass sorted for the animals into the future, at least, anyway. And of course, obviously, we've got the anhydrous behind us here and in front of us, so we're going to be making our way. We're going now to the barley field. We're going to spread the anhydrous, or spray the anhydrous in there, and we're also going to spray in the canola field as well and get those two fields boxed off, essentially, and then I can leave them to their own devices. We obviously killed off the weeds in the last episode with the herbicide. The crops have germinated, of course, so we just get the nitrogen levels brought up a bit, and then we can leave them to their own devices. And then I want to get some, we're going to hitch the drill up to the 4020. We're going to get some wheat drilled into the custom area over here as well. Get that wheat drilled and get that sorted. And yeah, and then that's us pretty much sorted then with our own land. And then come next month into November, that's when the corn should be, I hope that the corn should be ready to harvest then, and that is going to be a big thing. Now, it's going to be a few months away before we see any financial benefit from that. Obviously, the plan with that is we're going to harvest the corn, we're going to pop it into our corn dryer, which is already full of straw, which is the fuel that we need for this particular corn dryer to power the dryer. Once it's in dried corn form, then we can sell it, and I'm hoping to get a huge amount of income from that, and that is going to go quite a long way to pay off a good chunk of our debt. And then once that's done, because I think this is the approach I've decided to take, is we'll get that corn done, and once I've got an idea of what we're going to get from that and get an idea of how much of our debt we're going to be able to pay off, then I'm going to focus on taking on a load more contracts and getting some more money into the bank and go from there. So that's the plan. So yeah, right. Anyway, got a few more minutes ahead of us before we get back to the farm, so I'll see you there in a minute. We'll get back there. We're going to start on the barley field, see how far this anhydrous goes. But at $370 to fill up both tanks, it's absolutely incredible. It really is. So, see you back there in a minute. What are you doing, sunshine? Impatience. Spot of traffic there. Right, here we are. At the barley field, ready to throw some of this anhydrous on, see how far it goes. 3,700 litres, $370 to fill the whole thing. It is crazy, that is. Now I am going to throw it into a bit of course play, of course, to get it all unfolded. There we are. Now that first waypoint is there, so let's just line ourselves up somewhere about there. There we go. Bring up course play. Get rid of the nodes, hit go. Should just have to wait for it to completely unfold. There we are. I'll bring up the map. As you can see, the anhydrous is going down very, very well to the required amounts, so that's all good. I'm looking at the usage, it's ticking down relatively slowly, so yeah, let's hope that this can get both of our fields. Imagine that, being able to fertilize both of the fields that we need to work with for less than $370. That'll be incredible, because they're not massive fields, but we've got a spread here of 23.0 or 24 meters for argument's sake. So yeah, we should get quite a lot covered here. So, shall pop a bit of music behind this job, and I'll see you soon. Right, almost done now, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the headland, but as you can see, look at the quantity in the tank there. We've got 430 and counting fast litres left in the tank, just under 27% now. We've got almost the whole headland to do. If I jump into the PDA very quickly, this is what we've got left to do on field 29. So we are going to be cutting it fine. I'm not too sure if we're going to have enough, so we may need to make one more trip back to the ANHYDROUS pickup point, buy point. But we'll see. I mean, it's going down much heavier on this field. Again, jumping into the PDA very quickly. This is the barley field, of course. This went down much lighter, but the nitrogen values are bang on there now. But as you can see, it's gone down much heavier in this field. 300 and just over 300 litres left now. We really are going to cut it fine. It's not going to be a problem, obviously, at $370 a tank. Or an entire fill, I suppose, with these two tanks. It's not exactly going to break the bank, but it would just be nice not to have to make another pilgrimage to the other side of the map to pick some up, but it is what it is. Where are we now? 250 litres. But, yeah. See how far we go. Counting down quickly. We are really not going to make it, are we? 25 litres, 1%. That's what we've got left. This is going to be right frustrating if I'm going to have to leave a tiny little patch. Yeah, there we go. 3, 2, 1, and 0. Damn it. Anyway, right, so let's make ourselves a trip back over and spend another $370. It's not exactly too much hard work, is it? It is what it is. So yeah, I can afford to go straight across the field, of course. No crop destruction happening here without, thanks to our row crops. But yeah, so the yields that we've got now got in the field information over in the barley field, we started with, before the nitrogen application, we had expected yields in the region of about 78%, but now we are knocking on the door of 99 to 100% now, so it was all obviously absolutely worth it. And over here in the canola field, we started out pre-nitrogen application with yields of about 92%, and we're now right up there with 123% yields, so that's all good. Absolutely 100% worth doing. So let's stick cruise control on there and get moving down to the shop again. So yeah, but the next job on the list, we are going to jump in the 7810 once we finish this off, of course, is and get sorted out these two fields. I'm going to create a custom field border with course play, taking the field round into that little area there. We can just see that goes off into the in between those trees, and yeah, create a nice much bigger field than what's there to sort our grass out. But we'll be sorting that out, like I said before. We've got this month and next month to get that seed into the ground, but we've only got till the end of October to sort the wheat out, so we'll be sorting that out. It might not be in today's episode, potentially. That'll probably be in the next episode once we get the ploughing done in that field. But yeah, we've got till the end of October to sort the wheat out, so it's all good. But one thing I did want to touch base on, now this is I've had quite a lot of messages and comments since I released the map tour video of this map, Gagefield, from Gagefield. Yeah, I've received a lot of messages and comments from folks who are a little bit confused, and I can understand why, regarding the availability of some of the mod dependencies that this map does require. The mod dependencies in question are the two mods by Thundar, the RCS, the row crop system, which is required, and of course Thundar's design kit mod, which is also a dependency on this map. Now, what's happened is, over the last couple of months, I can't say exactly when, but what Thundar has done, he has essentially removed all of his mods from his itch.io page, and he's put them all onto his Patreon. Now, I'm a paid member of Thundar's Patreon, now, but it's not something that he is forcing people to do. The RCS mod and the design kit mod are both free. But what you do have to do is you do have to sign up for a free Patreon account, and then you can access those mods on his Patreon. The Thundar is not forcing anybody to pay for his mods. That's one thing I need to make a point very clear. But a few people have frustratingly commented in the comment section of my videos saying, oh, you know, don't download this map, you're being forced to pay $20 for this and $15 for that, or whatever it is. And that, I'm here to tell you that is not the case. I've got to say a big shout out and thank you to Dutch Modelling over on my Discord yesterday, who helped me out with a bit. I asked for somebody's help, and Dutch came along to help me because I am signed up as a paid member of Thundar's Patreon. I couldn't check that they were available for free. Initially they were when the map first came out. Gagefield had kind of linked them all into one place, if I remember correctly, so you could just download all the mods from a particular place. But that's changed now because Thundar has put all his mods behind his Patreon, and he's done that. I understand why he's done that, to stop the scraper bots from getting hold of the links on his itch.io page and then posting them to all those other horrible scraper sites that we should be trying to avoid. So I understand why he's done it, but it has added a lot of confusion into folks who are, you know, relatively new and, I suppose, inexperienced when it comes to the world of downloading mods for Farming Simulator. But yeah, there's nothing to worry about. You don't have to pay for any of the mods. I know a lot of people have managed it fine, but there are some people, and you know, I suppose I'm referring to the folks who've left comments and in big capital letters on my YouTube channel here in the comments of the previous videos saying don't download it because you've got to pay for it. You're not being forced to pay for anything. That's 100%. Dutch helped me out yesterday and he signed up to Patreon for free, and sure enough, he was able to download the mods without having to pay a single penny. You've just got to sign up for a free Patreon account in order to be able to access them. So I just wanted to clear that message, as it were, so that folks, if you are watching this, don't be alarmed. Admittedly, it's a slightly different approach to what normal modders have done. I say normal modders, to what, you know, most modders have done if they haven't got a Patreon account. But in this case, you don't have to worry. You're not being forced to pay for anything. So the row crop system and the design kit mods are all available for free. You just need to sign up for a free Patreon account to get access to those mods from Thundar's Patreon account. So yeah, just wanted to clear that up. Right, anyway, so I'll leave you be for a few moments. I'm going to go and top up with this last tank of ANHYDROUS and get that field finished, and then we're going to switch tractors, jump in the 7810, hitch up the plow, and I'll pick you up when we've got all that done, when we've done all this, and I'm ready to join those two fields together. So I'll see you soon. Right, ploughing time, 7810 there. I think we're going to need to top it up with a bit of diesel, but for now let's just drop that there. We've still got 96% left in there, so all in all, just a tiny little bit north of 370 bucks. Sorry to keep piping on about. I have actually just done a couple more bits of very basic mathematics just to figure out exactly what that fertilizing job using anhydrous ammonia has cost us per acre. So let's just where are we now? Get that filled up there. So using the anhydrous ammonia at $370, we had in total, as near as makes no difference, 38.5 acres to fertilise. Using the anhydrous ammonia, it has cost us $9.60 per acre to fertilise that land. Had we used the traditional liquid fertiliser, or the UAN, I think the UAN 32, I think I worked this out as, it would have cost us $190.28 per acre to fertilise that land. So it's yeah, it's just a great money saver, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? I know a lot of other maps don't have the anhydrous ammonia on, and maybe Gagefield has quite possibly fiddled around with the price on this particular map to make it considerably more affordable, but that's by the by, isn't it? It's available on this map. It's how I'm running it on this series. So right, there we go. Let's keep forgetting to open that door, so I'm just merging through the glass there, aren't I? But let's get that hitched up. There we are. Lovely stuff. Right, and then I want to pick that up, and then we're going to go and join these two fields together. I do like this this aspect of Farming Simulator, customising fields and making them your own, and making them a bit bigger. So yeah, what I think I'm going to do is, first and foremost, just get an idea of where we are in respect of the field edges. Oh, and here comes the rain. Yeah, I was going to mention the rain. I'm not going to do this ploughing in the rain, but what I will do now, while the rain is coming, if we jump into the map and just have a quick look, the PDA, sorry, the rain is due to stop at about 4 o'clock. So I'll get this custom field plotted, get the perimeter kind of marked out, and then we'll leave it till the rain has stopped. But essentially, if I bring up courseplay here, hit record, I'm going to dial down the cruise control to something in the region of about 10 miles an hour. Now, this is another point, I suppose, that a few people have brought up in the comments over the last few weeks since I started this series, and since I did the map tour video of this map. Quite a few people have been experiencing problems with courseplay. Now, personally, I've not had a problem with it so far. Every job that I've done with courseplay has worked faultlessly, and that's using the existing field layouts and also doing this with making the custom ones, because this will be custom course number 4, I think it'll be. So I'm just going to join them both together nicely like this, run around the perimeter. I think I'll maybe do things like smooth off this bit here, like you see how that kind of sticks in a bit. I'm just going to keep it smooth. But yeah, quite a few people seemingly having problems with courseplay. Now, there are some very unique and odd shaped fields on this map, and some of them are quite big. With my experience with courseplay, and I've used courseplay for a number of years now, since FARMERSIM 19, really odd and unique shaped fields will prove a bit of a difficulty for courseplay. I don't want to jump into the map PDA while I'm doing this right this second, but in fact I'll just come to a stop there very quickly because it shouldn't matter. But now if I jump into the PDA and just highlight one for example, so some of them are alright, you know what I mean, but even a field like this, like field 23 here, if we look at that, you can see that it's got this big section here that kind of sticks into it and isn't an arable section of field. Courseplay could find that to be quite tricky, just purely because of the size of that particular bit of land there. But ordinary fields like this, say for example field 36, the bigger and more normal ones that I've got like 29 and 35 there, courseplay wouldn't find that a problem at all. The likes of field 40 here, it could find that a little bit tricky, but again that one shouldn't be too bad. It's these little sections here, these little narrow bits of land, that courseplay could find that to be very tricky, and especially down here as well. You see the arable land comes right down, leaving a very, very small area of field here. Courseplay will find that very tricky, and it's areas like that you would find courseplay tripping up on. Now, if you wanted courseplay to work well, obviously I haven't looked at this field in particular, so I don't know what's here, but if you were able to, you could plough over these areas of land here, bring it all into the field, plough over these areas, and one or two of them at least anyway, and just make it easier if you were an average user of courseplay, that is, and that would make courseplay, give courseplay the ability to plot a course on that field. If you were to create these areas to arable land, it would make it much easier for it. So yeah, if you are having difficulties, it's feels like field 15 there, I mean, it looks very interesting to work in, but if you are using courseplay, it would have an absolute nightmare plotting a course on there, and plus it's a very, very big field, isn't it? So yeah, that was just something I wanted to respond to as well. Like I say, I've had quite a few comments from players and viewers in the last few weeks having problems with courseplay, but choose your field wisely, I suppose, and if you do see that the fields that you are using are of a particularly odd shape, consider doing a little bit of work in them personally to give courseplay a fighting chance, as it were. So yeah, just wanted to bring that up. So anyway, I'll get this custom field mapped in and wait for the rain to stop. Still coming down now. But it's this area around the corner as we come round this bend in a few moments' time that I wanted to utilise to increase the size of this field, because there's not much point in having it there as just dead land, as it were. It's just empty decorational meadow land at the minute, so we may as well take advantage of it and make use of it. Now, it's not going to be a particularly massive field, this, but when we finished it, but it's still going to be bigger than what they are currently now. And I've always enjoyed this side of things with Farming Simulator, just taking areas of land that are just nothing, as it were, and making use of it. So That was the plan. So we're going to come round here. There's the edge of the sheep and goat pasture there on the right. With the white fence. So I'm just going to take it up to there. Follow it round. But yeah, this rain has put a bit of a stopper on it. Now I could go right off down there, but I'm not going to bother because that's just doing exactly what I just said Courseplay won't enjoy doing, and that's turning a bit of a decent shaped field into an awkward shaped field. So I'm just going to come round here. Not going to bother doing too much with that little bit there. But then round here, let's bring it up close to the house. There we go. That round here like that. Doesn't need to be perfect in shape. And then try and line up relatively nicely with where we started. And then once if I then plot a course, and I'll do that now, and I'll fingers crossed that it works while the rain is coming down. There we go. Just overlap it once, bring that to a stop. There we go. Turn off record, and I want to save this as CP4. Yep. There we go. Nice and easy. So now, if we jump into our Courseplay menu, there we go. Jump into the map, and we should now see there 30 and 31 have been joined together and are now called CP4. You can amend that if you want. You can call it a different name if you want to. Not going to bother doing that right away. But again, it's just brought those two fields together, added a little bit extra in. And so now, if I just bring the tractor into the field. There we go. Go back into Courseplay. I'm going to plot the course, but I'm not going to obviously do the work now. Now the length of what you can do is, I'll show you this now. So field work settings. Work width of 5.2. Field margin, I always keep that at 0.2 because that just keeps it out towards the very edge of the field, plus a little bit more. We're going to run, we'll run 4 headlands. I'm going to start work on the centre and finish off on the headlands. Deactivate headland corners, sharpen headland corners. Now the field centre, we're going to keep that as up and down, but the direction of the rows I'm going to turn to manual, and I'm going to turn that right up to 90 degrees. And what that should do, it should plot the centre rows then perfectly from left to right. So if I go to the map now, generate fieldwork course, it might take a few moments because it is an odd shaped field, but sure enough I just heard a click. A few seconds later, there we go, and there is our field. Yep, seems to work. Yes, it's going to be a little bit awkward up here, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's good. So now I can save that course. I'm going to go into here, I'm going to call this one, I'm going to create a new folder, CP4. Yep, and we'll just save the course. Just for now, we'll call that plow. Done. Nice. Right, so that's that done. Now I've just got to wait for the rain to finish up, haven't I? So I think we'll just sit tight here, shan't we? We've got a good few hours. Turn the engine off. There we go. Right, see you soon. Right, welcome back. There we go. A couple of hours later. It's almost 20 to 4 now. The rain stopped a few moments ago. Well, not long ago anyway, and the ground seems to have dried out visibly anyway. So I'm going to get cracking. I've got enable create fields on, of course, with the plough. Let's get making this big field. There we go. Right. See you soon.
I want you here with me. Am I out of my mind? Or is this how it should be? You made me sing about love. So just tell me if I'm wrong, but it feels like love. Yeah, it feels like love. Yeah! Don't know what you do, but you make me feel fine. And you can't deny we are not just killing time. You should let me know if you want this true. Baby, you just make me feel crazy. A little crazy for you. A little crazy for you. Hey. A little crazy for you now. A little crazy for you now, baby. I'm a little crazy for you now. A little crazy for you now. A little crazy for you now, baby. Don't know what you do, but you make me feel fine. And you can't deny we are not just killing time. You should let me know if you want this true. Baby, you just make me feel crazy. A little crazy for you.
Right then, there we go. Job done. We have ourselves a nice big, well, I say big, it's a decent sized field. It's better than the size that we had before anyway. The little bit of arable land that we had over here was something of a postage stamp, and my style of play, something I've always done since I started Farming Simulator, was take small fields that I'd like to make bigger and join them both together and join them all together and add a bit extra in, and now we have a decent sized area of land that we will, in the next coming episodes, will sow with a bit of grass and get that done. Now, of course, other jobs that we'll have to do, we need to drill the wheat. We need to then lease a roller again briefly for a little bit of time, get that wheat rolled once it's drilled. I need to buy in the precision farming data for this little plot of land as well. We've got it for the 2 bits of fields that were here before, but of course I need to add in this little extra bit as well just to make it as it should be. But dead happy with that. It's just taken us just over an hour. It's taken us to just before 5 o'clock, so that is a perfect time to end the day, and obviously to come to bring this episode to an end as well. So that's all good. But when it comes to extra bits for finances and costs and stuff that we've got to think about in the future, of course we limed the field that we're going to be drilling wheat in. That's already been limed. We've still got 6,558 litres of lime over in the spreader over there. That should easily cover us for this little plot of land here as well. We've still got a whole load of anhydrous in the sprayer, and we've still got a tote or so of herbicide as well to deal with any weeds that may come about as a result of drilling the wheat in the plot of land over there. So hopefully now, and we've got plenty of seed as well, so there shouldn't be too much expenditure now over the next coming episodes to get the last of our arable land sorted. Now, of course, once we move into next month, into November, I'm pretty sure that's when the corn should be ready to go as well, so we're going to have a huge job to get that done, but I'm really looking forward to that. That is going to take hours and hours and hours to get harvested with our puny little header and our little gravity wagon, as it were, to get that all done. But I'm looking forward to the financial benefit of that when it comes to fruition, when the corn is all dried, and hopefully, like I keep mentioning many times, is the whole idea of that is to pay off a vast quantity of our $1 million debt. So that's the plan, and so far so good. But for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to call it here. So thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you have enjoyed the episode and found it a little bit of fun and a little bit interesting. If you're new to the channel and you've enjoyed the video and you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board, joining the channel. Please hit that like button too, as it does do wonders. It helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And if you like the idea of supporting the channel, there are a couple of ways you can do that. There is my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing Farming Simulator 25 or any of his add-ons or DLCs, there is coffee.com if you'd like to buy me a coffee. And there is also my G-Portal affiliate link if any of you are in the market to purchase a multiplayer server to play with your mates. Any help and support with any of these, ladies and gentlemen, would be massively appreciated. So, thanks again for your time again, ladies and gentlemen. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.